Okay, so this won't be a long video, but this is just a thought that I've been having, and I've been seeing things on YouTube, and I've got closer to God, so I'm watching a lot more godly stuff. But there's just some things that I don't really like that I see, and I know it says in the Bible that we're not supposed to judge each other. Well, the season that we're going through, we're not meant to judge each other on that because we all go through these different seasons to learn. That's it's called the refining, right? When we go through our trials to like grow ourselves, grow our character, grow our morals, our principles, and mature, right? But I see a lot of godly people saying, "Oh well, I went through this and I didn't turn to drugs, and I went through this and I didn't turn to selling this or doing this or that." And I've realised that a lot of people have different upbringings, and with those different upbringings, they are not subjected to things that others are. So, like, if you've got to live a middle class lifestyle, you wouldn't understand what it is to be like living on the poverty line. You wouldn't understand if you're upper class. If you're living in Africa, it's going to be a different upbringing to living in Europe. If you're living in America, it's different to living in Japan. Like, everyone has a different upbringing, and if we're going to be on a consensus of love others as we want to be loved, we have to understand that some people haven't learned certain lessons yet, and we shouldn't become judgmental and put them down because they've come in on a different season to us, or they didn't get the upper hand, not upper hand, but like the better footing for life because someone didn't provide it to them, like their parents, or something traumatic has happened to them, or an illness or something, like we shouldn't keep judging because God says don't judge. You shouldn't judge. You should love thy neighbor. You should be understanding and be helpful, and if you can't do that, then just leave the person alone. And this is why he says we're all individuals and that we need to be able to find our own group. And this is what you see a lot on YouTube as well, is that a lot of people that tend to be loners or haven't found the people that they vibe with find their tribe, because at the end of the day it's a network that is able to do that. But at the same time, we shouldn't be judgmental with it, and that's what's sorrowful to see, because these are people that claim they love God, claim that they're walking with him in spirit and in faith, but yet they're judging murderers, drug dealers, and prostitutes and homeless people and people that have less than them. And in the Bible it says is how you treat those that are the least of you in society is how he will treat you too. So we need to take these things into consideration. Now, if someone just wants to be ignorant and doesn't want to develop their character and just wants to live a demonic lifestyle, or if we're going by that, or just a criminalistic lifestyle, then obviously that's gonna be the life that they have to live, and it isn't what everyone wants. But if you can't find a way to get out and move on and allow your past to be your past and your future to be better, then how are you going to let others progress? And like, I really want to say that to the godly people, like, please stop judging, because these people, they half the time they're just in situations they don't want to be put in, and they don't have the network or the upbringing or the understanding or wisdom or clarity to get through the situation. So instead of judging, we should be helping. So enlighten your young fellow daughter, sister, mother, friend. Enlighten them and stop judging them. Stop saying, oh, because you're doing this and doing that, or you think you're all that. No, show them in a nice way, in a kind, empathetic manner on how to do things, rather than to sit there and judge, and act like, what's the word? Act like you're more holier than thou. It's just not right. A lot of people will judge an individual on, it's like, this is the main thing, the seasons that people go through. Do not judge a homeless person on what you see, because that person could have been a CEO of a FTSE 500 or 1000 or whatever it is, 100 company. They have wisdom and knowledge beyond probably your own skill set. So it's best that we don't keep doing these things, because it is wrong, it isn't right, and it isn't going to bring harmony to society or to even micro groups. We need to be able to develop that mindset in individuals and within ourselves for it to be harmonious, and each one teach one, and each person let the other live. You just live over there. If you don't like what someone's doing, live over away from them and just get on with it.